let's now dive into the actual processing of a transaction within Wireless Merchant. Within here, I have multiple types of transaction types that I can enter. I can create an order with multiple items, create an invoice with multiple items, create a credit note with multiple items, and then offline transactions. What does this mean? A create order is that exactly what it is. It's an order that you're placing, and that every item that you enter will display, but if you choose multiple items that are the same item, it will actually combine them into one line. Whereas a multiple item order is a line item for every item that you enter. So if I barcode scan the same item twice, it would be showing up on the order as two separate line items. So you choose what type that you want, whether it's combine the quantities or whether you want single line entry just like a grocery store would. So these are all the same thing for whether it's an invoice, a credit note, or an order, it would process the same way. An offline transactions means that you've processed a transaction that you saved to the device to be able to push to the server at a later time. Now, you do not have to be offline or online to do this. All it means is that when you're actually saving the actual transaction, you choose to save it offline, or if the connection is not established, you then save it offline. Otherwise, you will just be online with any particular type of device anyways. Let's dive into how to process an order. The first thing that it asks you for is a customer to select your customer. Now, I can scroll up or down, or I have the ability to do a search. Now, right now it's sorted by name, so if I started to type the word Black for Ronald Black, it will filter through anything that has the letter B, L, A associated within a row, and there I see my actual customer. So I can choose them, or I can go back and do another search. I could also do a sort based on the number. So this will actually do it in numerical order, and so forth. Well, actually, this is in it's sorted by customer at this particular time, but if I click back on here, it's now sorting by name, so it goes by alphabetical, and because Bargain Mart is 1100, it's the very first one, and we actually go by the number sequence on this side. I will choose Ron Black as my customer. Now I can go straight to select items. I can clear everything and start over. I can click done. However, if I have no items, I cannot process without continuing. Now I can go back to select the customer if this is not my customer. They also have multiple ship to, so I could do a drop down list and seek which warehouse I want. If there's multiple warehouses, I could do a search just the same way that I was able to do on my customer. I will go back here, and then I have other information. So notice that I have an order date, and the expected ship date, as we learned before, is 7 days from my initial order. However, you can override if they allow you to override this. I can put a header description on here, a header comment. I can enter in a purchase order number if I need to, and then again my location I can switch if I am allowed to change those processes. I will then select an item. Now, same thing, I can sort by various types, whether it's description, by category code, by item number, and so forth. So you can change how you want to search. And we have barcode capabilities, so if you did have a barcode scanner, you could actually scan an item. If you choose to just type an item, I can say I want to find anything with the word desk in it, and now this will only flow anything that has the word desk. If I wanted to say the word light, I could actually start typing a light, and I could see that there's only 2 items with the word light in them. So this is highlighter, so it notices just what's within there. And what I can do is I can enter in, I can scroll and choose the quantity, or what I could do is I could set the quantity and just type in and say that I wanted to order 40 of these and click OK. And then if I wanted one of these items, I can add that. Then I could say add selected items to my category. So here's all my different items that I added. If I wanted to continue and add more items, I could click on select items, and allow you to keep adding more items as you go. As soon as you click on any type of quantity on the order, it will save it in the system so that you can go to the next item and just keep entering in the quantities that you need, and then finalize it to here, where you can then go in and edit and modify if you need to. So if I needed to modify this quantity and said, you know what, that wasn't 40, it was actually 4, you could actually change the quantity. Now notice I cannot change my pricing. That is because I am not allowed to with my user ID. Some companies allow you to process that, some not. I can process some descriptions and comment lines. So this is the comment line that you would normally see in Sage. There's line item optional fields. So if you did have line item optional fields that we're using, you could enter them and process those as well. And then I have more information on the item that I have. I also can change the unit of measure if I need to at this particular time, location-wise, and price lists and so forth. So there's a lot of different information that's available here that you can edit and update on the fly. Once you have completed all your editing of all the items, you would click Done, and this now will calculate all the taxes and the subtotal. Now I have my header optional fields that I could enter. If I did allow payments such as a check or cash, I could actually process that and allow you to choose various types. Unfortunately, at this time, we do not have credit card. You could enter it, but using a different device and then just entering in the information on here. Now I'm ready to submit. Now I can submit it offline, meaning that I'm going to save it so that I can potentially edit later, or when I get back to the office or in an area that I have a connection, I can submit that transaction to the server. If I wanted it live, I would just click on submit my order. It will then go through. If it connects, it'll come back and say, hey, it's done, and now I'm ready to do the next process. I can actually print the receipt if I have a receipt printer, or you can email that receipt out, which I am going to do, and I'm going to enter in the email that I want to enter. If you have multiple emails that you want to send to, just put your semicolon, enter in your next email, and then click OK. And then that will then send out an email from the device, and we're all set. I can keep emailing too if I wanted to just keep adding another email, another email, another email, or I would just say completed, I'm finished, I'm ready for my next transaction. That is how you enter in a regular line item order. Thank you for listening.